All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and start in a child's pose. You can have your knees wide or your knees together as you like. But let this be a comfortable child's pose. So set up any pillows or props you might want. Let your hips sink to your heels. Let your chest, your heart start to drop to the earth. Your head start to drop to the earth. Let your eyes come closed. And just start to come into your body. Start to feel yourself arriving here this morning. Feeling as you come into your own body, as you come into this space for your practice, wherever that might be. Feeling your body resting here on the earth. Feeling the breath start to get a little bit more expanded in the body. So as we settle in to our bodies, as we settle into our practice, starting to let that breath get deeper. Letting the body get breathed. Breathing the body. And letting that breath travel through the whole physical body, but then permeate that sort of physical barrier of your body and expand beyond you. And start to move into those outer layers of your being, those energetic layers. So you really feel the breath getting so expansive that it's moving through your entire body, but then also beyond your physical body and expanding out. And then as you exhale, it's starting to come back into the midline, so drawing everything back in. When you're ready, you can start to find Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction at the base of the throat, so you can start to hear your breath. Start to feel that wave-like motion of breath in the back body as it expands into the sacrum, into the ribs, and into the upper back of the heart. And as you exhale, softening the heart, and then the ribs actually draw together on that exhale, and the navel lifts on that exhale. So you're using your abdominals to empty all the way out. The inhales fill you up completely. The exhales empty you out fully. And as you're beginning this big, deep breath, it acts as this filtration system for your body. So that you start to exhale and rid the body of that stagnant air, but also that stagnant energy. All that stuff that's ready to start to fall away. Let it escape with that exhale. And as you inhale, you're drawing in that fresh, new oxygen, breath, energy, prana. Letting it move through you and beyond you and surround you. And take a few more breaths here. And the next couple of breaths, go ahead and set any intentions you might want to set for your practice. And then let your hands walk together, your elbows walk together so that the palms come touching right in front of your head. Take a big inhale, walk your arms, your hands forward, but keep your hips on your heels for this one. So you start to feel nice and long through the side body, stay there. Take a big inhale, and then on the exhale, you're gonna bend at the elbows, let the forearms and the fingertips point up. Take another inhale, walk the elbows forward, maybe another half an inch to an inch, and then exhale, sink the heart and the head down, and maybe drop the thumbs to the nape of the neck. Keep the elbows drawing towards one another, and the heart drawing towards the earth, and the hips and bones drawing towards the heels. And then release those hands, tent up onto your fingertips and walk the hands back to shoulder distance. Spin the biceps up. So there's just that rotation. So you're getting a little broader in the upper back. Now we're getting a little more active in the arms and in the shoulders. So to walk over to the right, take an inhale. Once you feel a stretch in that left side body, walk both hands equally away from the shoulders. And then exhale and sink your ribs and your shoulder and your waist down. And then another inhale. Maybe walk that right hand a little further to the left. And then take your left hand and anchor it on top of your right. Big inhale, stretch long in that left side body. And then as you exhale, melt your left shoulder down, melt your left ribs, your left waist, and your left hip down. Another big inhale through that whole left side. You should be feeling a big stretch from the waist all the way to the fingers. Use that inhale to wash and lengthen along the side body, and the exhale to soften and release and melt along the side body. Take the next inhale, release that clasp of the hands, walk back through center and over to the left. And then again, once you feel that stretch in the side body, take an inhale, walk your hands away from your shoulders. Exhale, drop that right shoulder, waist, and hip down, and then flatten the hands and walk your right hand to anchor right on top of the left. So it's going to be a bigger stretch. I like to interlace my hands in the webbing of my right fingers in the webbing of my left hand. Take a big inhale, stretch from that hip crease all the way to your fingers. And then exhale, roll that right tricep, shoulder, ribs, waist, and hip down. Fill up with breath. Soften with breath. Go ahead and inhale and walk back to center. From here, lift up into your tabletop. Stack the hips above the knees and the shoulders above the wrists. Spread your fingers wide. And then from here, spin your biceps forward. Draw the front ribs back and the navel back and lengthen your tailbone and your neck. So you have that full length of the body. Then step the feet back and find your high plank. So you can be here if you're not quite ready to go there. You'll be here on the knees. You choose. We're just going to be here for about 4 breaths, starting to build some heat and fire in the body. So press the earth away from you so you're broad across the upper back. Spin the biceps forward. Pull your front ribs back and your navel back. Lengthen the tailbone to the heels of the feet. Firm your legs and spin your inner thighs up a little bit. And then isometrically draw the heels of the hands to the toes and the toes to the hands. And stay with the breath. Beautiful. On the inhale, shift your heels forward. And then on the exhale, pull the knees in so you land right back into that tabletop. And then inhale, let the tailbone, the heart, and the crown extend and lift. And exhale, let the tailbone curl, the belly lift, the heart, and the head round. Take one more round here. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Beautiful. From here, take your elbows down. Slide your belly down. Sphinx pose. Extend the legs and anchor them. Inhale, drag the heart forward and lift it. Feel the shoulders drop down. And then exhale, feel your front ribs lift, your navel lift, your hips and your thighs lift. Find that curl of the bottom ribs to the hips and the hips to the bottom ribs, that little baby cat back. Hold and breathe here. We're going to stay for about 4 breaths on our knees. Couple more here. In, steady. Every exhale, feel that navel pull right up to the spine. And let the thighs come down the hips, the belly and the low ribs, and inhale. Lift the heart. We're going to do that again. Exhale, ribs, navel, hips, and thighs curl in without letting the head drop. So the head's just an extension of the spine. Shoulders are drawing back, navel's drawing in. Stay here or curl the toes under and lift into your forearm plank. 4 breaths here. If you're not quite ready to go here, keep the knees down, no big deal. You're still working. Stay broad across that back. Keep spreading the breath across the whole back body. Relax your jaw, relax the muscles in the face. Exhale the knees down, thighs, the hips and the belly. Inhale, lift the heart. Drag that torso forward and scoot the belly up. So stretch out the abdominals. And then on the exhale, spin the elbows out to the side. Let the forehead come down. Slide the hands under the shoulders now. Let the head rock a little side to side. So you're just massaging across the forehead and that space between the eyebrows where we like to hold a lot of tension. So soften it out. Good. And then extend the legs back and anchor them down. Draw the elbows together and back or down and the shoulders up and down. And then inhale, the heart comes forward and lifts. Okay, now lift your navel towards your spine, even though the belly's on the ground. Try and lift it away from the floor. Keep the pelvis pressing down and the navel lifting, and then hover your hands. From here, squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. So working in that upper back. We do a lot of pushing in yoga, not a lot of pulling. So today we're going to try and balance that with a little bit of work in that pulling work. Breathe here. Keep breathing. Neck is still long and soft. That work is in the upper back and in the shoulders. Beautiful. Set your hands down. Set your forehead down. Relax the whole body. Rock it side to side. Head can move, hips can move, legs can move. Take an inhale. And then firm up. Wrists under the elbows. On the exhale, lift your navel, press in your hands and your knees. Come back to tabletop. From this tabletop, so you're a little bit long then, here, good, we're gonna stay here. Take your elbows where your wrists were and bring the palms to touch, so you're long. Elbows are quite a lot in front of the shoulders, hips are staying over the knees. Take an inhale, get long, and on the exhale, drop your heart, drop your head. Keep pressing the elbows down and then lift the forearms and the fingertips. Big breath here. Upper back and ribs. Keep the navel drawn in, the low belly toned so your back's not compressing. Heart's melting to the earth, head's melting to the earth. So take the head in whatever position feels okay for the neck. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. And then release the forearms down. Walk one hand back, the other hand back, land back to your tabletop. Take another round of cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale neutral. From here, again, spin those biceps forward. Pull the navel and ribs in, toes curl under, downward facing dog. Press up and back. Shake out the head. Shake out the hips. Take the elbows and bend them out side to side and then press back up. And just get a feel moving into the shoulders and the hips. Take whatever wiggles you need to get out here in your down dog. Then on the inhale, look to your hands, and as you exhale, just take a nice slow walk forward. Mosey your way up to the top of your mat. Land with the feet hip distance and parallel. Soften the knees, draw the belly in, and inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Shoulders draw back, neck is long. And then exhale and forward fold. Okay, same thing. Inhale, come halfway up. Firm up the belly, and then if you can, hands to the hips, elbows lift, shoulders lifted. You can stay here or see if the hands want to extend beyond your hips like you're flying. Take them out side to side and squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to lift the back of the hands to the ceiling without taking any tension in the jaw and the neck. Keep the belly super firm here. And then hands back by the hips. On the inhale, unhinge and just stand up. Shoulders are rolled back, palms are forward, feet are hip distance and parallel. Close the eyes. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel into that space around your heart, the front and the back and the sides. Feel up into your shoulders and in your neck and all the way up into the jaw. Lots of us are sitting at our computers. We're going to try and release some of that tension, but also build some strength to support that. We'll go ahead and open the eyes, and inhale, sweep the arms, reach them up. From here, interlace the hands above your head and flip the palms up. Inhale, press up into your wrists, and then draw the wrists and the arm bones away from one another. Take an inhale here, and then on the exhale, just press up and over to the left. Let your right hip kind of travel out to the right. The weight comes a little more into that right foot, but the shoulders and hips stay squared forward. Press into the wrists. And then inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, press up and over to the right. Let that left hip kind of move out to the left. Let the head just rest on the bicep, or gaze can even be down. Big inhale through that whole left side. And the next inhale brings you back up to center. Separate the hands and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your half lift, heart forward, neck long. Knees can start to straighten, but keep them toned. And then on the exhale, just set the hands down, walk back, downward facing dog. Right away, triceps wrap in, so broaden that upper back, tailbone lifts, kneecaps lift, heels drop, and thigh bones press back. Inhale, take that right leg and reach it back and up. Exhale, bring the knee to the forehead and round in. So you're in a plank and you're pressing the earth away from you. Good. Now we're going to take the leg out to the right, over to the left. 3 like that. Out to the right, over to the left. Out to the right, over to the left. To center, and all the way up. Big inhale. Triceps in, bend the knee, and roll the hip open. Now try not to collapse in that left shoulder. So press into that left arm, reach up through your right knee. Action in those toes. Good. Inhale, extend the leg and square the hips. Exhale, knee to the forehead again. Right foot to the right thumb, left knee down. Inhale, rise up into your low lunge. So right away, foundation is being established through that back shin and front foot. They're drawing towards one another as if you're trying to bring that sticky mat together. And then there's a lift through the pelvic floor. Good. And then a lift through the heart, the crown of the head. And then from here, you're going to bend the left elbow and sit your right hand on top for half archer. Wrap the tricep in towards your head and the elbow up into your hand, but then your hand down into your elbow. Keep that squeeze in the lower body, or that engagement in the lower body. And then as you inhale, take that left elbow up and over to the right. And then inhale back to center. Separate the hands. And on the exhale, set them down and step it back. High plank. Inhale here. On the exhale, set your knees down. Draw the shoulders back and the elbows in and lower. Extend those legs and anchor them again. Inhale, extend the heart and lift it. Hover the hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Elbows in and down. Neck relaxed. Breathe here. Now, keep this. Release the hands by your hips, palms down. Feel the whole back of the arms turn on. Your lats are working, upper back's working, neck is long. Good. Hands under the shoulders, release the head. Inhale, really wrists under the elbows. Exhale, press through your hands and your knees. Take an extended child's pose. So the arms are long, hands are shoulder distance, and the knees are together. For this one, you're going to try and keep your arms as they are, but lift up so you can curl your toes under and then set your hips back to your heels. Firmly plant your hands to the ground. Wrap the biceps up. Try not to bend at the shoulders. So you're just going to press into the feet and lift up, keeping that length from the fingers to your hips. So take an inhale, and on the exhale, press the hips up. Inhale, take that left leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, knee into the forehead. Find that plank, take the right knee down if you like. Left knee to the outer left elbow, to the right. 2 more like that, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to center, and right back up. Triceps are wrapped in, leg is lifted high, bend the knee and open it up. And then press into your right arm. Breathe. Then that left heel directly behind your toes. Inhale, extend the leg and square the hips. Exhale, knee to the forehead, left foot to the left, thumb, right knee to the earth. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Find that foundation, that lift, and that drawing together. Relax the neck and the jaw. Bend the right elbow, set your left hand on top. Wrap the tricep in. Inhale, lift the elbow high, inhale. On the next inhale, take that elbow over to the left. Keep anchoring your right shin bone down all the way to the toenails of that right foot. And then inhale and unwind, extend the arms. Exhale, take it back, high plank. Inhale, hold your high plank. Exhale, with or without the knees. You can, if you're moving through chaturanga, you're gonna come forward, shoulders back, elbows in, and lower, down. Then, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hover the hands. Inhale, take them by your hips, lift, peel that heart up, anchor the feet down. And then maybe take the hands straight out side to side, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift the back of the hands. And then hands under, elbows under the wrists under the elbows, drop the head to the floor, take an inhale. Again, exhale back to that extended child's pose. Anchor the hands, take an inhale, curl the toes under, arms stay straight, exhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Hold and breathe here for about 4 breaths. And then on the next inhale, look to your hands. The bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or maybe float forward if you're ready to go there. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Go ahead and set the feet up so the big toes are touching. The heels are slightly separated. On the next inhale, soften the knees and elongate the spine. Hands can come up to the thighs. And then take them by the hips. Keep that length in the spine and then take them out from the shoulders and lift up. And then you might stay here or try taking the arms straight out in front of you by your ears. Send your tailbone back, send your fingertips forward, and lift your navel and your ribs. You should feel the back of the legs working a lot here, the core working a lot. And then on the inhale, just unhinge, stand up, lift up, open up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. From here, we're going to sit down into Utkatasana. Take an inhale, sit yourself down, fingers down, and then take the arms up. Good. And then take the hands behind you and interlace. Roll the shoulders back, reach the knuckles back, inhale. And then on the exhale, send your hips back, your crown forward, and your knuckles back. Good, breathe here. Breathe here. And then on the exhale, just lift the hips and fold, let the head drop. Set the hands to the sacrum, to the thighs, and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. From here, make sure your strap is somewhere near you so that when you come up, you're going to be able to grab it. Okay. So we're going to inhale, take your right leg back and up. Now on the exhale, the knee to the forehead. And then set the foot right between the thumbs, spin your left heel down, grab that strap. Stand up for your warrior 2. Okay. So if you don't have a strap, I'm going to give you another option. You're going to do, if you don't have a strap, you're going to take your hands kind of in a loose fist with the thumbs up, and you're going to work on spinning the thumbs back as far as they will go, and then forward and around as far as they will go. So that's your work if you don't have a strap. if you have a strap, you're solid in your warrior two, everyone. You're gonna hold on to that strap. I say a little wider than shoulder distance to start, or quite a bit wider than shoulder distance. Bring some tension into the straps. You wanna be like you're pulling it apart. Now, as we do this, you're gonna wanna lose those warrior two legs. So try and find that again. Find that foundation in the front foot, the back foot, open that front knee, press in the outer edge of that back foot, lift from the pelvic floor to the crown. So you have that stability in your standing pose. Now bring that energy in the arms. Inhale, take the arms up. So I'm pulling on my strap, pulling, and then I'm threading it all the way back around. Now as I come here, my ribs kind of want to flare. So I'm keeping my belly toned and my ribs toned until I come down and around. And how far you come down depends on you. You're trying to keep the elbows straight. Bring it back up and around. Now this is where you decide maybe that if your elbows were bending too short, you need to widen your strap. If you didn't feel much, you need to narrow your grip, okay? Set up the legs again. Inhale, take the arms up right about overhead. Start to take that exhale as you take the arms back, and you're gonna find the sweet spot where you're really opening into the chest, cross the upper back, and then take it down. So we're opening into that shoulder roll, and then take it up and around. So this shouldn't hurt, it should feel pretty good. Good, and we'll just pause there. Go ahead and release that strap and let the arms float up. And see how that feels. From here, take a breath. Good. And then on the exhale, keep your lower body as it is, bend deeper into that front knee, take the hands behind you and interlace, roll the shoulders back. And then take the shoulder right inside that knee and the head down and the knuckles up. Breathe here. And then drop the hands to the sacrum and walk them at a diagonal. So they're out to the right of your, to the left of your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, drop it. And then try and draw that outer right hip in and press into your left foot. Walk the hands around to the front, spin to the toes of the back foot. Separate your feet to hip distance if they're not. So you're in this runner's lunge. Firm up the legs, firm up the core. Take the hands by your hips. Good. Take the hands out from the shoulders. Lift the back of the hands. Inhale, take the arms forward. The left knee can be on the ground. And then inhale, rise up, high lunge. Bend that back knee, pull the belly in. Get long in that left hip flexor and then straighten that leg. Beautiful. Now, as if you're doing pull-ups, separate the hands, palms forward. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, imagine you're pulling something down so the shoulder blades are squeezing together and down. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale as if you're pulling something down, so create your own tension. Release that. Inhale, stretch long. Two more like that. Exhale, squeeze and pull down. Again, inhale. And then exhale, squeeze and pull down. Inhale, stretch up, palms face each other again. Exhale, hinge forward again. Set the hands down, straighten that front leg. Keep that right or left heel high. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pyramid. And then maybe start to drop that left heel. But try and keep it right between your toes, right behind your toes. And breathe. Beautiful. From here, bend that front knee, set the hands down, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower to the belly. Hands by your hips to start with. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, hands out by the shoulders, press up. Inhale, arms forward, lengthen. And then from here, turn the palms down. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, reach forward, two more like that. Exhale, pull back. Same action we did in that lunge. Inhale, extend, and exhale, pull back. Hands land under the elbows, forehead lands to the floor. Roll the head out. Roll the hips out, roll the feet out. Take an inhale, and then you choose press. We're going to transition to down dog. You can reverse through chaturanga or your push-up. You can go through hands and knees. You can go through that extended child's pose. Either way, exhale, make your way to down dog. And take a moment here and reset. Make sure that strap is somewhere where you can grab it to come up. Okay. From here, let's inhale, take that left leg back and up. Exhale the knee to the forehead, round in, and then step the foot right between the thumbs. Spin your right heel down, grab your strap, come up. Warrior two. Warrior two in the legs. So set that up right away. Bend into that front knee, press into the back leg. Open up the arms. So we're going to do 2 more rounds of this. Again, you decide where that strap is. Create that tension, open the knee, lift the heart and the pelvic floor. Inhale, take the arms up. Make sure you're pulling that strap apart like you're trying to tear it in half. And then exhale, start to thread it back and around. And then inhale, start to lift it. When it gets to that spot, exhale, up and around. One more time. Adjust your strap as you need to. Perhaps it gets narrower or wider. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, they drop back. From here, hold in that sweet spot for a minute. Pull the ribs in, pull the belly in, and breathe across the chest and the upper back and relax through the neck. Beautiful. And then bring that back up. Release it down in front of you. Set the strap aside. Let the arms float up. Bend into that knee. Press into the back foot. Interlace the hands opposite clasp. Inhale, heart lifts, shoulders drop. Exhale, spin towards that front leg and then fold into that leg. Just to the inside of the thigh. And then pull that outer left hip back and in. Release the hands to the sacrum and down at that diagonal. Tent up on your fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch long. Exhale, let it out the mouth. Press into the back foot, hug your hip in. Beautiful. From here, walk the hands around to that front foot, spin to the toes of the back foot. If you need to, widen your stance, heel toe that front foot out to the left. Scissor those thighs together, lift the pelvic floor and belly, get ready to bring weight into those legs and hover the hands by your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Take the hands out from the shoulders. Press the back of the hands up. So if this doesn't feel good for you, you're skipping it and just coming up. Your knee can be down. You know what works for your body. Take the arms forward, stretch long, and then inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale, bend that knee, pull the belly in. Lengthen that hip flexor, and then straighten the leg or keep it bent if that feels better. Bend into that front knee, turn the palms forward, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull down again, like imagine you're doing a pull-up. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and down. Inhale, 2 more like this. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull down. Good. Inhale, stretch back up. Turn the palms towards one another. Exhale, hinge back forward. Reach from the heel to the fingertips. Set the hands down, straighten that front leg. Keep the right heel lifted. Inhale, reach the heart forward and the kneecap back. And then exhale and hinge. Start to send that right heel maybe towards the floor, but maybe not. Breathe here. Okay. From here, bend into that front knee. Step it back to high plank. Take an inhale and hold. And on the exhale, lower to your bellies. Again, start right away with your hands by your hips. Inhale, peel the heart forward and up. The arms back and up. Lift your navel. Hands straight out from the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, take the arms out in front of you. Palms face down. And then exhale, squeeze and pull back. 3 more like that. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, squeeze and pull up and back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull back. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and pull back. Wrist land under the elbows, forehead to the earth. Rock it up. Inhale here, and then on the exhale, transition back, child's pose or down dog. We'll rest for 4 breaths. If you're ready to come into a child's pose, embryo is a nice place to come, so you can open across the back. We'll all land there in about 3 breaths. So if you want to go there early, go there now. Beautiful. Okay. So from your down dog, if you're up there, go ahead and drop the knees down, sink down into your embryo, take the arms back, and just let your shoulders drape over your thighs. Your heart and belly be heavy to your thighs. And then rock a little side to side here. Okay. From here, take the hands out in front of you. Take an inhale, lift to tabletop, and an exhale, down dog. Inhale, look to your hands at the bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold. Inhale, sit down in your chair. Lift the arms. Exhale, sweep them back behind you, bend the elbows and interlace your hands. Lift the shoulders up and draw them away from your ears, and then extend the knuckles back. Inhale here. Exhale, sit deeper. And then on the inhale, just press the floor away from you. Reach the heart up, reach the knuckles back. Maybe even look up. And then release the hands to the sacrum. Let them float right up by your ears. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Back in. Last standing series. Inhale, sit down. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. We're going to go straight back to down dog. Unless you want that vinyasa, you're welcome to hop or float back to chaturanga or high plank. And then make your way through an up dog and into down dog or a cobra. Or just come to down dog. So your choice if you want that extra vinyasa, take it. Then, let's go. Inhale, take that right leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, bring the knee to the forehead. Step the foot more to the left thumb, and then spin your right heel down for warrior one. Inhale, come on up. Press into that back foot, draw the outer right hip back. Sorry, press, left foot. Draw the outer right hip back and lift your belly. Inhale, open across the arms. And then on the exhale, bring the right arm on top of the left. So same arm as the front leg. Bring it around for your eagle arms. Squeeze the elbows together, lift them. Draw the hands away from the face and drop the shoulders. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, let the forehead even drop into the biceps. If that throws your balance off, then keep the head neutral and the eyes open. Keep that warrior one lower body. And then inhale, lift the gaze. Lift the pelvic floor, lift the belly, lift the heart, and then start to lift the elbows and the gaze up and back. Lifting the elbows towards the sky. Beautiful. Okay. And then exhale, use the belly, bring yourself back upright. Spin onto the toes of that foot. Now you can release the arms here as we go into warrior three and take them to the floor, or keep them. Shift the weight into that front foot, lift the back leg. Spin the hip down, press out through the heel or the ball of the foot. Either way, let it be active. Beautiful. Now unwind the arms, take them by the hips. Inhale. Keep spinning your left inner thigh up. Take them straight out from the shoulders. Press the back of the hands up. Standing leg is a little soft. Good, release that tension. Take the arms straight forward. Reach fingertips to toes, fingertips to toes. And then exhale. Knee comes right back in as you bend that standing leg. Land back, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, and again, if you want a vinyasa, take it, or we're just gonna step back to down dog. Otherwise, you can come through your high plank, chaturanga, cobra, or up dog, and land back to down dog. Okay. Inhale, take your left leg back and up, and exhale, bring the knee to the forehead and step the foot to the thumb. Spin your right heel down and inhale, rise up, warrior one. Bend into the front leg, lift into the belly, and press into the back leg. The outer left hip draws back. And then inhale, open across the chest. Exhale, the left arm comes on top of the right this time. Draw it up into those eagle arms. Take an inhale here, and then maybe exhale and drop the bicep, or the head down into the bicep. Inhale, lift the gaze. Lift from the pelvic floor, the belly, the heart, and then the elbows. Keep bending into that front knee. Maybe take the gaze up. And then exhale, use your core, bring yourself back forward in neutral. Press to the toes of that back foot. Square the hips forward. Unwind the arms if you want the support of them for warrior three. Otherwise, inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, float that leg up. Unwind the arms, float them back. Inhale. Keep spinning that right hip down and the inner thighs up, and then take the arms straight out to the side. Press the back of the hands up. And then release that tension. Take the arms straight forward. As you bend your standing leg, bring your back knee in. Slow motion. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale. And fold. Separate the feet hip distance and parallel. Soften the knees and let the hands just rest right in the elbows. And rock yourself, sway your side to side. Deep breaths. You can take a nice cleansing breath here in through the nose and out through the mouth. Go ahead and unwind those arms. Keep the feet hip distance. Soften both knees, bend both elbows and interlace. Shoulders lift, knuckles lift. Now legs straight without locking out. Bend your left knee towards you, and then start to take your left shoulder towards that left knee so your torso spins to the right. Press your right hip back away from your right shoulder. Let your head drop, let your knuckles lift, and your shoulders lift away from your ears. Good. And then straighten that leg as your torso comes back to center. Other side. Right knee bends, right shoulder draws towards that right knee as the torso spins to the left. Knuckles and shoulders lift, head drops. Left hip is drawn back, away from your left shoulder. And then straighten and come back to neutral. Release the hands to the sacrum, all the way down to the floor. Bend your knees a lot, pull your belly in a lot, and roll all the way up. Once you come up, inhale, float the arms all the way up. Interlace the hands again, flip the palms again, press up, lift up from the arches all the way up, and take a little baby back bend. Go as far back as feels good, but go for more height and length than going back, then back. Just open that front side. And then exhale, bring the belly in, flip the palms and fold, release the hands. Inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, just walk it back to down dog, where we're gonna meet. If you really want a vinyasa, go for it, take it. We'll be here for a few breaths. Good. And then go ahead and set your knees down. We're gonna set up for a dolphin. So a couple of options for dolphin. You can take the elbows so they're under the shoulders, and you can interlace the hands. That's gonna be the most supportive. If you haven't done much dolphin or your shoulders feel tight, this is a good option. If you're working on forearms parallel for dolphin, that's another good option. Try not to let the wrists travel in, and if they start to do that, take that interlaced grip so you have more stability. Okay, so from here, and if dolphin isn't working for you today, your shoulders don't like it, you can be right here into this dolphin prep that we did. Okay. You can be in child's pose. So from here, dolphin. Inhale, breathe in, balloon into the back of the heart, fill up your back body, and then curl the toes under and exhale, lift the hips. Now walk the feet in, press your chest back. Walk the feet in, press the chest back. Let the head go here. Dolphin pose. Knees can be bent or they're straightening. Good. We're just gonna hold here for about 10 breaths. So if dolphin's part of your practice and you wanna try taking a leg up, you can do that. Keep the hips squared if you do that. Try 5 breaths on each side, so that's an option. Or you're just holding tight in dolphin. And then when you've finished your 10 breaths, we'll go for about 5 more. We're gonna sit down in embryo. Keep squeezing your elbows towards one another, relaxing your jaw, relaxing the neck, pressing your forearms into the mat, your hands into the mat. Take 2 more breaths. Chest pressing back to the thighs, thighs pressing back, and then exhale, knees down, hips down, arms back by your feet. Head releases, rock side to side here. Beautiful. From here, grab a hold of your heels, lift up so you can tuck your chin and start to bring your forehead towards your knees. You're gonna come just gently onto the top of the head as you lift the hips and hold on the heels and create a big opening across the upper back. Breathe there. So there's no pain in the neck, there's no pressure in the head or the neck. It's just gently resting there, and that grip and that breath is what's opening that whole back body. And then exhale, and lower your hips down. And release your hands under the shoulders. Lift up to tabletop. Take a cat-cow, inhaling, opening. Exhale and rounding. Inhale to neutral. Take your right arm, reach it up, and on the exhale, thread it through. Come onto the shoulder and the side of the head. And then from here, keep your left hand either as a kickstand or take it up and wrap it around behind your back. And then press into the back of the right arm as you roll that left shoulder open. Stay here or send your left leg back, toes on the ground, heel pressing back. If that's too much, keep the knee down. Beautiful. Bring that left hand back down. Inhale, float your right arm up. And exhale, set it down. Other side, inhale, float up. Exhale, thread through. Come onto the head, come onto the arm. Press the back of the arm down. Tent up onto those right fingertips, and then inhale, sweep them up. And exhale, take them around behind you. Maybe find a half bind here. And then maybe stay here or take your right leg back and spin open a little bit more. If the knee is up, set it down. Take that right hand back around a kickstand and inhale, float the left arm up. And then exhale and set it down. Go ahead and make your way into down dog. We're going to take vinyasa. Inhale, float through high plank. And exhale, lower to the belly. Take the arms out side to side into a T. Take your gaze to the left. Set your right hand, so you're on your right ear and your right arm is at a diagonal from your shoulder. It's like at about 45 degrees or just slightly above that shoulder, maybe not quite 45 degrees. Left hand's gonna come into kickstand, feet are gonna come together, inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to press into that whole right arm so the right shoulder's lifting. And then as you're doing that, roll onto your right hip. Keep pressing into your hand to lift that shoulder. It's gonna wanna pop down to the ground. We're trying to lift it away from the floor. Maybe this leg comes up and over behind you. It doesn't have to, but it might feel good. Keep pressing into that right arm to roll the right shoulder up away from the floor. And then if you want even more, you might take this top arm and let it drop back too. It's a big chest opener. Beautiful. Set that left hand down, bring the left leg back on top, roll to the belly. Set up that left arm. Come onto the left ear. Right hand kickstands. Press into this left arm, lift the shoulder, and then roll open. And you're going to keep that action. Press and lift, press and lift. Stay here or take this leg and step it behind. Stay here, take this arm and let it drop. Deep breaths. Let this hand come down. The legs come together. Roll onto your belly. Hands, wrists come under the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Extended child's pose. For an inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale. Downward facing dog. From here, walk the hands back to your feet. Take an inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, soften the knees a bit. Take the hands, interlace them at the base of the skull. Hug the elbows in towards the head and let the elbows drop to the earth. So the weight of the arms are creating that traction in the neck. And then release the hands down. From here, walk the hands back out in front of you. Downward facing dog. Look forward and then walk the feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen again. This time, exhale, sink the hips and land in a squat. Open the knees wide. Walk the hands out in front of you. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, just melt your chest down, your head down, and expand that breath across your whole back body. And then help yourself up and all the way to seated. Take your left leg out and the right sole of the foot in. Energy through the toes. Take the left hand inside that left leg. Inhale, reach the right arm up and rotate the navel to that right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, reach your right hand to your left foot and your left toes to your fingers. And then spin your ribs open. And then the gaze can be down to the side or up, whatever feels good. Take a couple breaths here. And then from here, let your left ear drop to your left shoulder so it's heavy. Take your right arm, reach it up and out at a diagonal from the shoulder. Bend the elbow and then just press the back of the hand back. And then bring it back to neutral. Extend the arm and flip the palm over. Spread your fingers. Left ear still dropping. Right arm is now reaching and fingers are spreading. Start to lower that hand. Lower that hand. Lower that hand till it's feeling like a nice stretch in the right side of the neck. And then let the chin drop towards the collarbone. And then lift the chin to neutral. Pull through this right arm. Take the left hand and just help yourself up. Good. Sit back on your sits bones. Navasana. Extend the arms. Inhale, take the arms straight up. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, pull down. Now your heels can be on the ground or your legs can be straight. One more. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come forward. Right leg extends, left sole of the foot comes to the inner thigh. Inhale, sit up tall, set that right arm down. Exhale, spin to that left thigh. Inhale, reach the left arm tall. And then reach up and over. Inhale, the heart is lifting and you're spinning the ribs open. Toes are reaching for the fingers and fingers are reaching for the toes. And then drop the right ear to the right shoulder, lift the left arm, take it at a diagonal from the shoulder, palm is forward, elbow bends, press the back of the hand back. Bring it to neutral, flip the palm over, spread the fingers, reach as you drop the ear, and then reach and lower till you feel that nice opening in the left side of the neck, and then drop the chin towards the collarbone. And breathe, wash the breath. And then chin comes to neutral, press and reach through that arm, right hand comes, helps you up. Sit back to Navasana, last one, I promise. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down and together. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, pull. Last time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. Baddha Konasana. Inhale, sit up. And exhale. Good. And then come on up. Help the knees together. Time flies. Extend the legs and roll yourself down. Just hug the knees into your chest and rock side to side. Take a little spinal twist and then a happy baby. So extend the arms. Go ahead and set the feet down. Cross the right knee over the left and slide the hips to the right, and then drop the knees over to the left. Anchor the back of the right shoulder down and breathe into your twist. Then inhale and unwind. Hips to neutral. Switch the cross of the legs and slide the hips over to the left now. And exhale, drop the knees to the right. And inhale and unwind, uncross the legs, bring the hips to neutral, hug the knees, rock side to side. Feet down, knees open. Actually, before we do that, bring the knees in. Take the hands so that your fingers are brushing your heels. Press the floor away from you, lengthen your tailbone, then interlace the hands underneath you, and then sit back down on the arms, and then open the knees. So your arms are pinned underneath you. Good. And just take a big breath in through the nose, and exhale, let it out the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose, and exhale, let it go. Release the arms, release the legs, close the eyes, find your final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your body settle in and rest. Why I Wake Early by Mary Oliver. Hello, sun in my face. Hello, you who make the morning and spread it over the fields and into the faces of the tulips and the nodding morning glories and into the windows of even the miserable and the crotchety. Best preacher that ever was, dear star, that just happens to be where you are in the universe, to keep us from ever darkness, to ease us with warm touching, to hold us in the great hands of light. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Watch now how I start the day in happiness, in kindness. If you wish to stay in Shavasana, stay just as you are. That is a pretty short rest, so I encourage you to stay as long as you can. However, if you are needing to transition to the rest of your day, as it is 11, start to deepen your breath.
And begin to feel the rise and fall of the belly. Begin to feel the body being breathed. The body being filled with breath. And that expansion beyond the body, beyond the physical body. Into all those other layers of you. Start to notice and feel. When you're ready, begin to bring some movement back into your body. Maybe the head wants to move, or the hands, or the feet, or the knees, or whatever part of you wants to move around as you slowly start to wake. And then eventually let your hands come to rest somewhere on your body, wherever it is they feel called to rest. Just feel that connection. Send yourself love and gratitude. Feel that deep sense of compassion and respect for yourself. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you again on Thursday.